Aisha McCoy, Family Recruitment Specialist with Children's Home Society, and welcome to Family Talks. This is a series where you will get to hear the stories of CHS families and staff in their journeys to bring children home to permanent, safe, and loving families. Not only will we be talking with the CHS family tonight, but we will also be involving you guys in the conversation. Our CHS recruiters are there to answer any questions that you have during the live stream, so make sure you put your questions down in the chat box. Did you guys know that 1 in 25 families have an adopted child in their home? A lot of families think about making that first step, but we're going to talk today with a family who has taken that first step and adopted 2 children through CHS. So today we have the McMillans. We have Brian and Nisa McMillan. How are you guys?
We're doing
well. Thank you for asking.
Now, you all may recognize Mr. Brian McMillan. He is very, very active with CHS, from everything from our ambassador program to our community leadership council. So you may have seen him around. I always joke with him and say he's basically the mascot of CHS. I have spent so much time around them two and their boys, and they are a really, really special family. So I'm excited to have you guys on the first episode of Family Talks.
I think for us, it was just a process of it wasn't working out naturally. And in my extended family, I do have children who my aunts have adopted. So for me, it was just the next step. And of course, as a team, we discussed it as a husband and wife, and we started the process. It was just kind of, after it wasn't happening naturally, well, if it's not happening naturally, the next step would be to adopt. And as we did some research, Children's Home Society was put in our site, and that's where we started. I think Liesl did a very good job of explaining the process. I think for us, the surprising part was, I guess, having to put together that photo book, and having to basically document our life till then, via pictures. And I think that was about it. Liesl explained, that we would have to do classes, the MAP classes, that we would have to be licensed. We'd have to have a fire inspection in our house. So she was very forthcoming, and I think the information, that she provided, and just the step-by-step process. And she did a very good job also of holding our hands, and telling us exactly what was needed. Like I said, the photo book, I think for us was surprising. But again, she did a very good job of communicating exactly what was needed and when it would be needed.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad you guys had that experience. Our licensed specialists are here to help you guys get from point A to point B, and they're there to hold your hand throughout the way. So I'm glad that you had a good experience.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I think for us, we had resolved that this would be our path to become parents. So we were open-minded about pretty much anything that we were told regarding the process. I think MAP was very eye-opening.
It was very,
because initially, we're like, what are they gonna tell us? But it helped us to understand some of the backstory and the circumstances that these children have faced or are coming from, before they come into our home. So I think that was probably, like I said, we were just open-minded about the process. So we were not hesitant per se. Now we had questions as things were revealed to us or told to us about some of the process, but never was there any, any hesitancy. We were ready to go.
Hi, everyone. With 12,000 children in the foster care system, we are in need of safe, supportive, and loving families for children more than ever. Today, we're going to bust 5 myths about children that are in foster care. Myth number 1, you have to have a lot of money to foster. Fact, you don't have to have a lot of money to be a foster parent. We just want to make sure that you and your family are financially stable. Myth number 2, you have to be married to be a foster parent. Fact, foster parents can be married or single, male or female. Myth number 3, when I foster a child, I'm on my own without any help. Fact, you are not alone as a foster parent. You have helpful agency staff here with CHS, as well as training to help prepare you for children coming into your home. Myth number 4, I can't be a foster parent. I get too attached when they leave. Fact, the truth is, yes, as a foster parent, you may get attached, but you have the opportunity as a foster parent to make a lasting difference in a child's life, no matter how long or short you are in their lives. Myth number 5, children in foster care aren't great kids. Fact, children in foster care are amazing kids. True, they have been through challenging, painful experiences, but with families like you who give them a loving, supportive environment, they can thrive. So now that you know the facts, I invite you to go to our website, chsnc.org/foster, to learn more about how you can be the difference in the life of a child.
I guess for us, it's the fact that we wanted to pass on our love. You know, we wanted to extend our family in a loving way. And like we said before, since it wasn't happening naturally for us, we knew that it would happen for us, because I think that is the purpose that God placed in our lives, was to help, you know, pass on love to children.
Yeah, I mean, family for me is growing up the way I did, single parent home, watch my mom do exceedingly abundantly above for my brothers and I. I always wanted to have children. You know, I just always thought that was something that would happen in my life. And, you know, so we know, as my wife said, once we didn't conceive naturally, it was just always an option, because we wanted to be able to nurture and love and all the things that come with family, the good, the bad, the indifferent, you know, we wanted that for us.
Yeah, that foundation of love and support, and, you know, it's especially during the times that we live in right now, family is so important. And, you know, even when things are, you know, as uncertain as they are now, we have that foundation of love and support. So
when we received Isaiah, when we finally completed the process and he was placed in our arms, Isaiah was 36 hours old. He was a brand spanking new, still had the new car smell. The process for him was, once we completed MAP, his biological mom and dad asked to meet us. And naturally we agreed. We didn't know what to expect. We went in, like I said, our minds were just open to whatever the experience offered. It was a tremendous emotional experience, very emotional. But I'm so thankful that the biological mom made the decisions that she did, and the process just unfolded just seamlessly. It just, you know, the steps, CHS told us the steps, and they happened exactly as they told us they would happen. Now, granted, it may have happened a little quicker, but it happened just as we were told it would happen. And we were just so, I mean, you know, we got to name him. You know, Isaiah, we were blessed enough to be able to give him his name. So, you know, it's an experience that's just it was incredible. I don't know other words to use. I'm sure I could probably think of some adjectives, but it was just incredible. An incredible experience.
So how long was that after you guys finished up the licensing process that you were able to that you found out about Isaiah?
It was literally months. I mean, we finished in February, and like February, March, and they called us in April to tell us that we had been chosen. And Isaiah was due in July. He came a little early, and his birthday is June 23rd. So, and our social worker at the time told us it doesn't happen this quickly, especially with newborns. It doesn't happen this quickly. Yeah.
Isaiah was waiting on you right on time. As soon as you got everything squared away.
So with Joshua, we were on spring break, and I remember this ever so clearly. I was sitting at home doing laundry, and our social worker, was it Alicia that called or somebody else?
I think it was.
Well, whomever, somebody called from Children's Home Society and told us that, they had a little boy and would we be interested? Well, at that time, we wanted a girl. So I told the social worker, I said, well, let me talk to my husband about it. And, I had to wake him up because it was early in the morning, and we prayed about it. And, we said, well, if we were blessed to have children naturally, we couldn't choose the sex. So we said yes. And we called back and said yes, about 10 o'clock that morning. We went out, we enjoyed the day with friends. And about 4 o'clock that afternoon, they called and said, you've been chosen, come and pick up your baby. And I was in awe. I was like, what? Like right now? Like right now? It's like, the social worker needs to be home by 7, and he's in Burlington. We're in Winston. I was like, oh, okay. So we, gathered up the little bit of stuff that we had, and onto the hospital we went.
Yeah. And last thing I remember distinctly, because when we got the call, my wife was just in awe. She, how people have that look on their face. She's on the cell phone. She's like, huh? Say that, what? Huh? Say that again? One more time.
I was in shock. I was like, right now?
She was definitely in shock. So I took the phone, and when they told me, they repeated what they told her, I was like, huh? Right now? This moment? So, yeah. And then the last thing she said was that we're going to release him to you when you get here. And he hasn't been named, so think of a name. So we're literally, our best friends and I, we're in 2 vehicles going up 85, talking on the cell phone about names. So both of our boys' names were given to them by our godchildren.
Yep.
But yep, that's how it happened, just like that.
Now, the folks at home are hearing this story for the first time, but I've heard this story several times, and it never gets old. Like the thought of like seeing you guys chasing down the highway, and everybody's like, "Okay, what do you think, Carter? Mark? Yeah, Josh is it?"
That thought never gets old. Yep. We were almost at what was it? We were almost at Jeremiah, I think, and then someone said Joshua.
No, I think Little Will said Josh.
He said Josh, and then we said, well, Joshua. Yeah. Yep. And that's how we ended up on his name. Everything. It's been awesome. I mean, they're children. They're just like little boys,
Tiny humans.
Yeah, they're just, when one of the inside jokes when we first brought Isaiah home, probably within the first couple of months, I would look at my wife and I just say, my line was, we parents. I said, they ain't leaving. We parents. And so ever since that point, it's just, initially when it was only Isaiah, she and I, we were the entertainment. So it wore us out. Then when Joshua came along, thank you, Jesus. So it was awesome. So, I mean, we enjoy every moment of it. It's just, It's just his plan and how it has worked for us. We stay on them to try to get these things into them now as young men, and we continue to teach them and prepare them for life to be good citizens. Good God-fearing men. That's our plan. That's our hope.
It has been a tremendous joy to watch them grow and mature. I was just looking at Isaiah the other day, and he has started to become very passionate about cooking. So I remember having to prepare every meal for him. And here he is, we're watching recipes together to figure out what to cook for dinner. So it has been very, very, very enjoying watching them mature.
Yeah, develop his own interests. We got Chef Isaiah in the house. I need to go get some cooking for him.
I know.
Yeah.
Look, Mom can't wait. Daddy don't cook.
I think the most challenging thus far has been their educational battles, and just knowing how to parent each child on a different level, because they're both different. And here they are, while they are not biologically, brothers, just to see, and they've been growing up in the same household, how different they are. And knowing that what works well for one does not work well for the other.
Yeah.
I don't having boys, I don't know, as most dads are, our sons, they're my boys. I want to be rough and tumble. At the same time, I want to be compassionate and caring. So it's, it's been great just to watch them, as my wife said, just watch them mature. They're slowly, we're doing, with the exercise now, we're talking about, we always stress manners and being kind and courteous. So, I try to get my boys to understand about opening doors for girls or for ladies and women and things like that. So to watch them when their young minds, when the light comes on and they do it, I stand back in the proud dad moment like, yes, those are my children. But we're getting there. It's, like you said, every day is different, but every day is fun. Every day is rewarding. I would say definitely you have to have a loving and caring spirit. You have to be patient, yes, extremely patient, and those probably for me are the biggest, that you have the heart to give the love and the patience to deal with the situations, plural, because they will come.
And just the ability to change, because you just kind of never know what will happen. Your path or your choice may not be the plan that God has for you. So you have to be willing to be open to change.
For me, it was the people. It was the atmosphere and the constant communication. When I tell people about CHS, one of the key characteristics that I always emphasize is that they not only advocate for children and families first, but they also consider those who are going through the process. They factor in your feelings as well, because that matters. That matters so much. Whether you're a single parent or whether you're a married couple or whatever your station is, they think about you as well, in conjunction as they try to put together or match a family. So that is so important. So important.
Well, it is, such a blessing and an honor to be able to, work. You said we're great people, but we're able to work with great people like you, and of course, bring you to even greater children. I am so sorry I forgot to give you guys you guys' intro. Everybody meet Isaiah and Joshua.
McMillan, it's okay.
So they can get food and water.
To be able to live. Yeah.
Okay.
Good one. Yep, so they can have something to eat and somewhere to live. Yeah.
Yeah, have somebody love you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody to teach you how to cook.
Yeah, somebody teach you how to cook.
Teach you how to wash your
Absolutely.
clothes.
I know how to wash my clothes.
Awesome.
Don't tell anybody. I don't think I really learned for sure until I went to college and had to do it. But
look, you ain't that talk to your mom. He said, you ain't that talk to your mom. I'm gonna tell it.
well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on our first episode of Family Talks. For you all that are watching, make sure you type your questions and your comments there in the live chat. We have our CHS recruiters there to answer any questions that you have concerning the licensing process. Who knows, the McMillans may peek in. I know Brian likes to peep in on our social media and stuff, so maybe he'll answer some of your questions there. But yeah, you guys have heard a story from a CHS adopted family. And today we hope that it will encourage you and your family to begin your very own story. If you are interested in taking your first step, make sure to go to our website, chsnc.org/apply. Again, that's chsnc.org/apply. Thank you so much again to all of the McMillan family and who has basically become my extended family after all the time we spent together. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and watching our family. And until next time, we'll see you then. See you later.
Hey, deuces.
Bye.